Shell's embarked on a journey to sort of move beyond sort of point source solutions into more end-to-end orchestrated workflows and transcend some of the siloed thinking that tends to occur in the early stages of digital transformation. So we're very much pulled by the friction points being experienced by the frontline workers, and we think through the cultural transformation that needs to happen, the behaviors, the process renovations, and we also look to address the data foundations in parallel with the solution implementation. So we have a huge responsibility to deliver more and cleaner energy to people, and to do that safely, of course. So that being said, we're in the midst of an energy transition, and that's affecting every aspect of our business. And to sort of put this in perspective, there's a quote that I heard recently that I kind of liked, and it is, we're in the early stages of a global sustainability revolution that has the magnitude of an industrial revolution and the speed of a digital revolution. So it was actually spoken by Vice President Al Gore. And so if you look at what Shell's doing in this space, we've committed to become a net zero energy company and net zero emissions from our business by 2050 or even sooner in step with our customers. So this will require an unprecedented level of collaboration with our suppliers, with our manufacturers, and even with our energy customers. In the oil and gas industry, we're an industry that has models of pretty much everything right through the life cycle. And what's really interesting and what we're finding is that these models are becoming increasingly intelligent and interconnected. And essentially what we're trying to do is look at the digital twins that we have of everything from the subsurface itself, the wells, our subsea systems that flow on the sea bottom, all the way up to our platforms, including maybe all the way back to shore, and looking at entire end-to-end value chains. And we also have digital twins of things as small as valves or compressors, and all of that has to come together. So it's really, I'd say, one of the sort of common themes that's tying all this together is moving from what we would call a document-based workflow into a fully digitally orchestrated end-to-end streamlined workflow. What we're looking to do is create a collaborative platform that kind of enables us to do all of our work and all of our collaboration within a common platform, not just across all the different elements of Shell itself, but also across our contractors, vendors, EPCIs, and so forth. One thing that's really important is to think through this from the perspective of the operations manager who will be responsible for operating that asset, and think about what aspects of the digital twin data and systems and platform will be relevant in the operate phase, and not really be thinking about this through the lens of technologies, or sort of approaching an operation manager with a silver platter and opening it up and say, here's this technology we want you to consider. We have to think through this through the lens of their day-to-day operations, understand the jobs to be done from their perspective, and say, how can this data and these models and all these visualization capabilities help them in their day-to-day operations? And also, in a bit more of a wider frame, what aspects of or like where are the pain points for those operations managers that we can play a role, and how can we make sure that holistically that this is an option that cuts cost, it improves reliability, uptime, that it also provides better safety results, and reduces sort of the risks that we have to the environment and such. So as far as the end result, what we're trying to deliver here is the lowest cost, lowest environmental footprint energy, and delivering that safely to customers.